everyone, welcome to Questions, Comments, and Concerns for Threshold Episode 8. I'm Steven. What are your questions, comments, and concerns?
Oh, that was a tough one.
That was a scary episode.
I honestly thought that we were either going to party wipe or Christine was going to die.
Another instance of I'm not particularly good at riddles, but I feel like Vel should be better at riddles than I am, so I'm always frustrated that my abilities don't match what I feel like my character should be able to do.
Right. That was such a throwaway riddle too.
I know. I know.
Was it history?
It's history. Which, as I was reading it, I was like, this isn't a perfect riddle, but if you get it right, it gives you advantage on your next intelligence check to move through
that's not that bad.
the area.
Yeah, it's the same for way back when we were doing the riddles in frickin' Clarithax.
Oh, the Faraday Goose.
And and I just was not ready for that at all. So I was just and I just basically didn't say anything for the entire riddle thing, even though I'm I should have weird riddles.
Yeah,
Well, I hope you noticed that I went with your answer rather than.
Yes, I did. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. Never listen to the bird. Bird thing's right.
All right, next time.
That fox thing
Fight was tough.
Oh, that's
What is
such a
that
tough fight. It's a tough fight.
was
It's
awesome,
called a Yugolith.
Yeah, that's right.
It's an Arcanolith, and it is a neutral evil outsider.
Interesting.
So it's not a devil, it's not a demon. It's the neutral one.
Interesting.
And I slotted him in there after our fight with the Blight because I was like, what? I kind of just wanted to remind everyone that you guys are not the strongest thing in the multiverse.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things on this planet that can really threaten you.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
Yes.
There's bad dudes out there.
I mean,
totally.
He went like that, and Christine went down.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
really scary. It's oh no,
Eyebrow
Which
raising.
spell was that?
Finger of death.
Okay.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Oh.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Christine smited.
Yeah.
I thought if there's gonna be a time, it's gonna be now.
That's fair.
And I considered just saving it and not smiting until she figured out what's going on. But it was this just feels like a right moment to do this, and so it's
fine.
I went with it.
We needed just we have a lot of things that each player is doing to handicap themselves kind of artificially in some ways. Not just you, but there's several things that other people are doing too. And that was a fight where we kind of needed everything that we could throw at it.
Yeah, which was kind of nice, to be honest, where it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt it's time to finally bust out
Some of the
the
big
big
guns.
guns.
Yeah. I mean, you gave me this, I haven't really used very much this staff for healing. You gave me that before we even had anyone who could heal in the party.
Yeah.
Just so that we had healing in an emergency, basically. And that's the first time
what just happened.
Yeah.
Then our healer tank went down. It's
Yes.
oh no.
You guys have some crazy heal combos right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
we
So
do.
your staff, if you
the
cast that
blessing,
spell,
it makes it so everybody, all heal spells do max healing automatically.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that's
And I can
with a
use
little
that
bit
once
of
per
prep.
day.
Yeah, with a little
Yeah.
bit of prep, that's okay, here we go. No one's going down.
Yeah, that's a lot of heals. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys have quite a bit of healing. You basically have a cleric in the form of magic items.
Yes.
We kind of do.
At this point. Let's. So that I had fun with that fight. It was fun to be able to put the pressure on you guys a little bit.
I have a question that'll help me in the future.
Yeah.
What is the timing for a counterspell to feel?
It is a
good?
reaction.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I know this, but when we are going at it and you go, I point my finger at you. What is a good time for me to come in with a counterspell?
As a player?
Usually once the dice start to come, before the dice come out to roll is when you want to do it. So.
Yeah, if I say I point my finger and I go like this, that's the time to go counterspell.
Anytime it becomes clear that someone is casting a spell, you can counterspell it.
Yeah, I guess my folly is I guess I wait a little bit too long to see what spell it is to see if I want to counter it or not.
Yeah, you kind of have to just.
That's kind of.
It used to be you could do an Arcana check to identify the spell as it's being cast.
Yeah.
But that's sort of not. It's not clear anymore.
I think that kind of muddies up the momentum of the moment, and so I want to just be able to go But I also didn't think.
As Jamie, you don't know what kind of spell he's going to cast. You just see him point his finger at Christine. you know, like you can just go Counterspell.
Right. And at which point, like, Brian was going, okay, whatever he's got, Christine could probably take it.
Not if it's a spell.
But usually I thought it was
I don't think
gonna be
anybody
lightning,
expected that much damage.
You
in
also
one
have.
I did not expect
You have a crap ton of HP, so like I was
I
like,
didn't
okay.
think you could cast 6th level spells. That's
No, and that was sort of
Yeah.
my plan is to be like, okay, let's throw something that you guys have never seen before.
So I guess that's what I have to do is just kind of gamble on what I want to counter rather than try and figure out the best time to counter.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Whew. I had to rework these librarians on the fly. You only ran into the one.
Oh, there's multiple librarians.
There's tons. Every time they're wandering
we got
around.
real
Every
lucky
time
then.
you guys make
A noise?
a loud noise, there's a 20% chance that a librarian shows up.
And we just didn't have.
Oh
We
man.
just got lucky and
No, I was rolling for it the whole time.
How
Nose,
tough
you
are
can
they?
nose, yeah. Yeah, how tough are they?
They're supposed to be CR9. I had to adjust them a little bit because that hush is built to be a recharge on a only on a 6. So it's whenever it was supposed to do 85 damage.
Whoa.
What
So just one shot any one
So
of
it's
us,
just supposed to
basically.
like
That's how you hush
crush
somebody.
people.
That's how you hush somebody.
That is crazy.
But
damage.
but after like watching Christine go down with like a 70 something on that
76.
7th level spell, I was like, I need to adjust this.
You still
So
did over half of my health with the,
Yeah.
with the single
Yeah.
hush.
I way knocked that down just because I
Yeah.
And Christine
I
only
didn't
has
want
70
another.
HP.
Good on the banish though, because then that just lets you guys get away. I
Yeah.
thought that was a great
That was
moment.
my
Yeah.
last
It was just like,
4th level
no, we
spell.
gotta just.
I'm out of
That
4th
smart.
level spells now.
Oh goodness.
I got my 5th level spell back with Arcane Recovery on the. I kind of wish I had saved it for multiple lower level spells now, but at least I have one more big boom
Yeah, we're hurting
left,
pretty
and then
bad.
I've got. I also spent most of my 3rd level spells on counter spells, so
Yeah, normally by this point you guys would have already fought the boss and
yeah.
like you'd be on your way out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
I'm,
We're about to do Meta's challenge.
Yeah.
So we're.
Which
yeah, I'm.
we may need to take over.
We'll see.
I mean, at this point,
I've
we're just
I've
going
got-
up the stairs.
I've got enough juice. Just some of my bigger stuff isn't available anymore.
I
Yeah.
should let you know Meta's challenge, because it is Meta's challenge, we can meta game
Yeah.
a little bit. I've tried to craft a challenge for each of you.
Of
Oh,
course.
I know what mine is.
Cool.
Oh, all right.
I think I know what mine
I've
is.
tried to craft a challenge to really put my finger into each of your weaknesses,
Oh boy.
Sounds good to me.
or at least just try to shut some things down.
Ka, your
So-
challenge is to have a conversation with this character.
You cannot use belly drum.
I'm silenced right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Only for like 4 rounds maximum.
Yeah, so
really.
like for
You're unsilenced.
Yeah,
but-
we
After a
already
minute.
got lost.
Yeah.
in
Ah,
almost
see, those
there.
librarians are great. Maybe you'll find them on the way, fight some on the way out. But they have bite and claws. If they hit with the claws, then they bite you and they poison you. But then if they have you in a grapple, they get advantage on hushing you.
Oh.
So like they latch onto you and then they like go.
what?
Those are really cool
So
monsters.
They're almost
Yeah.
like Dementors.
They're kind of yeah.
Yeah.
They're like some kind of perverted library thing.
Yeah, so-
I imagine their face just looks like static you'd see on like a TV.
Oh,
Just like,
that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's yeah.
I sort of just pictured like a big toothy mouth,
oh, yeah,
like just
yeah.
a big
With like
circle.
the eyes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's that like? What's the mouth guy in Lord of the Rings is like the speaker.
Oh, the
Oh, the
mouth of
mouth of
Sauron.
Sauron.
Mouth of Sauron, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
creepy mouth.
Yeah.
It was frustrating because I was like, I'm down. Okay, it's like, okay, I'm down. It's like, I'm up. I'm down. Really? Like, it was just kind of one of those moments where I just got really frustrated. It's like, I know it's fair,
Yeah.
and it's like, I know like this is gonna happen. Like I had to just kind of
Yeah,
wait it out.
You also
When-
fought really hard to get in the way of that lightning bolt a little.
Yeah.
too.
I mean,
That was awesome. I wish that would have worked.
I
but-
know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's when my dice just decided to start being crappy for the rest of.
Well, and it's like that.
everything.
Like Christine, no matter what, would like she's gonna put herself.
Yeah.
Like she knows, like okay, like
Yeah.
Vel can't, take as many hits as I can. I'm weak. I could go down, but it's like I have to try.
Yeah, it worked out. It was just like heal. All right.
Yeah.
More heal.
Yeah.
I did not know that thing could read my mind. Otherwise, I would not have tried to hide the book.
You did spend a lot of time like floating around
You never
and hiding
know.
it, and yeah.
You never know. So he has true sight, and I couldn't figure out exactly what that means. Does that just mean you see through illusions, or does that mean you have
He basically can see through like everything.
But I don't know. Does the smoke count? Because I don't think that smoke, the smoke is there. It's truthful.
It's sort of a DM call because the smoke is magically created. So like, basically, if you wanted him to be able to see through it, he totally could. But it was kind of just up to you.
I just like it more where everyone is a little bit blinded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. It made me. I got images especially when Jamie came in with the sword.
Yeah.
It reminded me of in Empire Strikes Back. When it's Luke versus Vader, right?
Yeah,
and
it's coming out of
are seeing the lightsabers go through the air.
Yeah.
Like having Jamie's green sword and then having the white holy flames coming through the darkness.
Blue veil lightning and I just picture Ka looking over in that direction, just
it's just like a black cloud moving toward
Well, I like the image of all those lights are going on, right? And then the smoke disperses and there's Ka just standing there ready and just blah blah blah.
flail.
Yeah, I love that flail. I may have to adjust it because the 2d6 damage over 4 rounds. Now that I'm hearing it, sounds like a ton, but I guess it's only on a critical.
Only on a critical, and I don't get. It's not a finesse weapon, so I don't get my automatic crits with it.
Is it 2d6 every round for that long? Or?
For 2d4 rounds.
For 1d4, I think.
1d4 rounds, yeah.
That's not bad on a crit, I guess.
But it's not game breaking.
Yeah, and it's a crit that I can't cheese. It's a
Okay, I'll leave it.
Because it's
I'll
not
leave
finesse.
It's going to be It's going to be such
stuff.
a great moment at that point when you're critting with the
all these bees flying.
Well, I mean because it's a bludgeoning weapon and not finesse, I probably won't use it very often. Unfortunately.
Well, that's okay. I got other stuff for you.
But it's nice to have I don't know, on my belt where it's oh, we're all really hurt.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Right. Yeah. And then let someone put a heal spell.
Christine has the prayer beads, which I found are actually a
Yeah,
magic item. I did not know that last session.
Yeah,
I thought they were just normal prayer beads.
No, prayer beads are
I need to get me a healing item now, I guess.
You have a damage nullifier.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do have a healing spell, but it only works for me.
It's not a healing spell.
Oh, it gives you temporary hit points.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those.
Anything else?
Did this... Oh, go ahead.
That's okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I was
going to change the topic.
No, I just had another moment that I liked. I just really liked the close range try to cast spell catch. Try to cast another spell
that was a great.
It was this almost martial arts style series of blocking and
I almost felt like that final fight scene in Equilibrium with the guns where they're trying to shoot each other at really close range and each of them
just deflecting it physically but still I just really liked that.
I just loved Counterspell, a fire a close range fireball.
Yeah.
Just
nope.
Did the library feel different than the rest? Did you feel like you were in a different space?
Oh yeah.
It does a tonal shift.
Oh yeah.
Did it feel confusing? Did you feel sort of lost in here?
I was getting pretty frustrated.
I was feeling a little hopeless, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I was starting to get
never
there.
Gonna get
After
out of
the
this.
second time we ended up back at that room. Yeah.
I was close to being okay, we've gotten lost 3 times now. We're setting up camp and we're just gonna chill here for a bit because
I almost suggested
we're gonna post up
I almost suggested we go to the courtyard and try one of those other doors and see if there's another
if we could
get
out.
I just meant
from the
because
entrance.
we got back to the entrance do we go to the courtyard and try and find a way around it? Is there a way around it?
Yeah.
Is there a way around it?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
Well, doesn't matter much now.
We're there.
We're doing
there.
If we had failed that third time, I was going to start being okay, this isn't working.
It felt different. It felt hopeless. It felt confusing and labyrinthian.
I wanted to give it the rule of 3 on those attempts. Before,
when you fail the check, I roll 2d10 on a table, and that tells me where you end up.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
there was a lot of confusing rooms there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you like the cards?
Yes.
The cards are cool.
I'm very interested to see kind of
Prophecies make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm interested to see kind of where they lead.
Why do they make you uncomfortable?
I don't know. I just don't like the idea of predestination in general. So.
I'm interested to see, because I as a player read so much more into those cards without just like it being, oh, it's the 4 of us, right? I read like that whole bottom row. I see all of that as young Z.
Oh, okay.
Like the liar, the betrayal, the empty throne. Like, you know, what does her future mean?
Sure.
So it's like I feel like the Wanderer to me is also Clarion. So it's like
the hat
I feel like
did make me think
so it's like there's a lot of things in those cards that made me think of a lot of people. The Forge reminds me of Rasper.
Sure.
You know, like it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I relate to a bunch of other characters, and it's not just us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's again my meta knowledge of it, but it's like, you know, you could read it in different ways. If you're reading it directly as our characters, that's one way, but you can also read it as a narrative of the world.
I believe, this is what Brian thinks, is that no matter who goes up to it, it's going to magically change to what is their fate.
I mean, I think that's the idea.
Yeah, that's the idea
of
tarot
it
cards.
doesn't say know your friend you haven't talked to in 3 years fate, right? It says know thy fate.
Right.
Yeah.
So
there's some interesting stuff going on just here in this temple, like predestination and stuff.
Yes.
There's some stuff like early, like room 1, that maybe you guys will do on the way out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I think
I would
you're
love to
kind
explore
of.
the entire temple. That's like me personally. I want to see every room and just see like
Sure.
the temple.
Sure.
I don't know, like you as a player or Christine?
player.
Oh yeah, as a player,
Yeah.
sure. I want to see it all.
Yeah,
Kyle
as-
wants to get the fuck out of here as soon as
Christine
possible.
wants to
Yeah.
find Mary and like get like set up the bee and like hopefully like the librarians turn good, because that's really fucking like, creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Librarians turn
This is
good.
gonna.
It's like how are
This
they
is
like
awful.
how does that relate with Nara at all?
This is not in good shape.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's
they are
not in good shape.
it's
at all.
tainted.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
there's
very
some bad-
It's
tainted.
screwed up.
Yeah.
There's bad juju. It is not.
Yeah. So it needs to be like
100% holy.
cleansed and
Yeah. And remember, Nara is lawful neutral.
that's true.
Yeah.
So these beans are
So
very
like the
long.
librarians are just keeping the order.
They're there to make sure that no one is allowed in the library.
We're intruders.
with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
Extreme prejudice. Let's see. Anything else that let's see.
I'm excited for more of this dungeon though. This is a good dungeon.
Yes. This
Okay.
is a lot of fun.
Good. There's a little.
I like dungeons that don't feel like dungeons, right? Because so many times you play different things, and it's like, you know, you go into the hallway, and there's another hallway into a room, and there's like a you know, now that like we spent this entire episode in in one room essentially, but seeing different areas of the room made it feel very different.
Room 8 is big.
Yes.
It's room 8, and there's A through I.
Steven, you do a really good job at creating dungeons that feel lived in and don't feel like dungeons.
Well, thank you. I try really hard to make.
You do it well.
I tried really hard to make sure that this felt like a Temple of Nara and not a randomly generated dungeon adventure.
And it definitely
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a random
It's
dungeon.
little touches like the pieces of art and the little like that kind of stuff really helps that.
Yeah.
It's not like we go through, you know, it's not like Indiana Jones, right? Where he's like going through the temple and then it's like, you know, another puzzle and there are traps and the tiles fall to the floors and it's like, who's setting this back up?
Which a lot of D&D dungeons end up being very Indiana Jonesy, like just ancient crypts and stuff. Which it's great. There's
It's
a place
fun.
for all of that.
Yeah, but it's also like
Yeah,
who's
this feels like it
setting these tiles
exists in
back
the
up?
world.
Who is like resetting the crushing logs?
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
I feel like some things like the trap room that I ended up in last session, like it's like, okay, like I can see how they don't want people looking for that kind of stuff.
Just
and
go right back.
yeah.
All right, so Meta's
good.
Meta's challenge. Any like if no, I was gonna ask you guys what, like, if there's Meta's challenge, like if it's a challenge, what would you hope that it isn't?
That's a difficult question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
I'm curious in the fact of like, because you haven't
I guess
like peered at our character sheets or anything like that, at least mine. So like, I'm interested to see what you think Jamie's weakness is without looking at my stats. You know?
I guess to answer your question, I guess the one thing is I hope it's not just a series of combats. I don't think it will be.
Oh yeah.
But that would be like the thing that like a couple of combats
Yeah, I
would be
agree.
great. But I hope it's not just like several combats tailored to be bad for each character.
I hope it's not like a gladiator arena
Yeah.
fight where you're just throwing things at us. Like,
yeah. Which
I hope it's not
I don't think you're going to do that at all. But that would be sort of like my one, especially because combat's fun from time to time, but it is still kind of my least favorite part of these games. I like all parts of these games, but combat is sort of the thing that I enjoy the least a lot of the time in a weird way.
Well, if it's a challenge of meta, I also hope it kind of is going to be a challenge, not like just for our characters, but for us as players.
Yeah.
That's true. What does Steven think Brian's biggest?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just
That would be interesting. I didn't think about it.
That's funny.
I didn't think about it too much. I tried to keep it like, what could these clerics bring here?
Yeah.
You know, like what could they set up?
That makes more sense.
But
Well, I'm very excited.
it should be good.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Anything else?
Nope.
Nah.
All right. Thanks, everyone. This has been questions, comments, and concerns. Finger death, finger death, finger death.
No more. Counterspell.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a couple of weeks in not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. Is there a better way to say that?
No. See you in a fortnight.
We'll see you in a fortnight minus a day for another exciting episode of Threshold.
There's no good way to say it.
1 fortnight minus a day ago.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in almost 2 weeks. And be sure to check out our Patreon and all that good stuff. Hopefully I will have remembered to post this all so you can follow the dungeon along online in the Naradrome. And you'll be going, oh, they missed this, but we might go back to it. We're not done with the dungeon yet. And you'll also be able to tell all the ways that I cheat all the time. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, stop doing the thumb dance.
What is the thumb dance?
I don't know. I've just been doing a dance with my thumbs the entire time.